Hey, what's up, Internet? We are having way too much fun. Today, it's all about Elliott waves. Amazing. We put some Elliott waves to use today. I mean, we're on the 13th wave now, catching mad waves. We are surfing it. I mean, Elliott stopped by and he told me all about ET, and then he told me about this wave that I should join in on. So, Elliott, I mean, shit, I don't know where my life would be without Elliott waves. We're using stochastics now. I got Bollinger Bands, stochastics. I'm looking at RSI today. Amazing. RSI, Fibonacci. You know, Felipe Fibonacci? Yeah, he's friends with Elliott, right? And they're both in my basement sucking what? So Elliott waves, yeah, big time. Big fan of Elliott waves, massive. It's just changing the way that I trade today. Just incredible. I've never experienced anything like this. Thank you for alerting me to what Elliott waves was all about. I went out right to the library. I bought a book about it. I read all about Elliott waves. And man, what was I doing without Elliott waves in my life, right? Am I right, guys? Am I right? Right? Hasn't it changed the way that we trade today? Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. We're on the 13th wave now. We're looking for 18th wave. You guys know about the 18th wave of Elliott? Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure. Wait till you get to the 18th wave. That's when all hell breaks loose. But we came in today looking for a slowish, bearish, bullish day because that's generally what December is all about. And we're getting it. It's slow. It's bullish, and we bought, and we're kicking ass thanks to the Elliott waves. Because on wave number one, it was just a slight trickle. Then wave two came in, and we dipped our toe into the waves, and ooh, it was cold. And then wave three came, and then we were like, oh, let's just get our little ankles in, and then you get used to it. By wave four, we're surfing. We're surfing those Elliott waves, going back and forth. Whoa! Here come a dolphin. Oh my God, wave number 17. Holy shit, we're on wave 11 now. We're hanging with the dolphins. Fucking dolphins over here on Elliott wave number 11. And then we got past 11. We're on 13. We're looking for Elliott wave 17. Because you know what happens at Elliott wave 17? Oh, you know what's going to happen. The Fibonacci kicks in and the RSI with the Ichiro cloud. And then we're talking about real fucking success here. Woo! I mean, what would we do? Man, shit, I'm so glad I learned about Elliott waves last night. Sick. Sorry, that was Felipe Fibonacci on the phone outside. Hey, Felipe Fibonacci, how you doing? Holy cow, Fibonacci. I got a Fibonacci in my pants right now. Hey, how you doing? I got the gabagool. I got the Fibonacci. I got the Struvadel. I got a Fibonacci right here for you. How many Fibonacci you need? I got an Elliott wave for this guy. I got a Fibonacci for you. Hey, I got a stochastic right here. You could take a stochastic and stochastic up your ass. Anyway, we only trade price here. And we're long core weave. We're long Gemmy. Some of us are still long rigatoni. We're long the core weave because of Fibonacci. Yeah, Fibonacci called me. He said, hey, Kenny, how you doing? It's your friend Felipe Fibonacci. By the way, all that's bullshit. If you haven't caught on to my sarcasm yet, right? All I trade is VWAP. And to the guy on the internet that he said VWAPs for rookies who don't know what they are doing. Awesome. I'm glad that's how you feel. because it works pretty damn well for me. Going on 13 years now, and I've been trading probably longer than most people. Nothing works as good as this. So you could take your Fibonacci and your stochastic and shove it. But these Elliott waves, seriously, no, seriously. Last night I did a deep dive into Elliott waves. Bro, I was never this high in my life. I mean, after wave 11, I was seeing shit, bro. I mean, really. I mean, I thought LSD was good. Bro, I tried the Elliott waves last night. Ridiculous. It's like DMT on steroids, bro. I'm surfing, and next thing you know, there's a dolphin next to me. He's like, hey, what are you doing here? Then I look over to my left. Fibonacci's over there. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Holy crap. Man, thank you for introducing me to Elliott waves. Now my life is complete. How you doing, everybody? You like the Ichiro clouds? He was great. Remember when he was on the Yankees? He introduced me. I went to a Yankee game, and he came over to me. He's like, hey, you look like a trader. You ever know about Ichiro clouds? I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, let me explain to you. You look like a guy that uses Elliott waves. I'm like, I don't know what Elliott waves are. He's like, good. Nobody uses them. But let me teach you about Ichiro clouds. But no joke, man. Woo! You like smoking weed, you got to try Elliott waves. It's just wearing off now. This guy's talking about lube. Now you know what Elliott waves is all about. I love an Ichiro cloud. All right, so here's some of the trades that we were in based on Elliott waves today. So core weave, you see how it hit the prior day VWAP and did the faux show, bro, and the VWAP break. We're in from 85. We just banged it out at 90. Have a nice day. Rigatoni right here. Kind of blew some of this trade, but you see how it faux show, bro, and broke the VWAP and it went to the orange line, got paid. Little faux show, bro, just got me out of some. Now I'm selling the rest. Bang, cash. We got the Gemmy. You see what I'm saying here? How every trade looks exactly the same? Yeah, tell me how VWAP doesn't work. So fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. We're in the Gemmy, love and life. How about the QQQ? Let me talk to me. Talk to me about the Qs, right? Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break, blue line to the orange line, pivot, break back above it. All we use is price. But Elliott waves, man. It is good. Damn. Man, you sprinkle some Elliott waves onto the fucking joint. Oh, man. I don't even know where I am right now. Damn. You guys like Elliott waves? Fucking awesome. This guy knows what I'm talking about. I haven't done Elliott waves since college, man. I know. Neither have I. Oh, bro. We are Elliott waving the shit out of this market today. By the way, some of those pump and dumps from yesterday, right? Oh, bro. I mean, seriously. I mean, I can't believe this TGL even came back today, but not bad. We made a couple of shekels. But let me show you how we Elliott waved this one, right? So you see how it broke under the blue line, which is VWAP, the only thing I use, right? See how it broke a new low, then it came back and broke the blue line. That's why we bought it. And then look what it did. It came back to test the blue line to the penny right there. And then we bought it again as it came off that blue line. Because all you need is one line on your chart when you know how to trade. Or you can go read a book about Elliott waves. By the way, anybody actually try to read a book about trading? I've been trading 30 years. I can't get through any book except this one. And this is part 2. And if you don't know this book, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to have Brian Shannon on the show. He'll come on. We'll talk about his book. This is part 2 of the series. Part 1 is basically intro. This is a follow-up. And it's all you need. So let me explain one more time. You want to see some other stuff? We were talking about this earlier, right? Not only do you not need Elliott waves in your life, right? But look at all these studies that you could put on your chart. Just scroll down. Holy shit, the MACD histogram crossover? I thought that was how Kobe Bryant got killed. What? The price average crossover? What? The stochastic? Oh my God! Meet that. Put the oh my God the TTM squeeze. I love that mixed up with the MACD histogram. Shit, my mom had to get a histogram when we were kids. She was in the hospital for 3 days. Monkey bars, TPO profile. Oh my God! Wait a minute. Tell me you have the advanced decline cumulative average Aaron BY divergence balance market power indicator? Of course you do. Look at all this bullshit you can put on a chart. It's all voodoo. You don't need any of that crap. Put too many things on your chart. Looks like an MC Escher painting, right? You guys know MC Escher? I meant to say the other artist with all the lines. What was that guy's name? Ed Asner. He played him in some movie. What was that movie? What was that artist? He used to throw shit on a white. He would just throw paint on a thing. Genius. What's that guy? Yeah, Pollock. Genius. Meanwhile, my kid used to do that when he was 3, and nobody wanted to buy his artwork. What the fuck? Genius. The CD indicator, yeah. I mean, I'm all kidding aside. Do you see how many things you can look at? And there's somebody out there that studies who believes in all this stuff. Right? Look. I mean, who doesn't like John Parsons, PMC? Or the Elner studies? Come on. The SWAM market mode predictor performance wave volatility indicator. Come on. How are you not trading with that stuff? Oh, right. None of it matters. Now, we don't talk about 5th waves here. We talk about 11th wave. If you're not on the 11th wave, you ain't Elliott waving. See ya. You're trading SMX again? Nice. Where is it? SMX. Oh, look, it also did a faux show, bro. 113 entry to 155. Out. So blue line, orange line. Better than anything. There it is. So faux show, bro. Fake them out. Shake them out. VWAP break. 113. Your price to sell was 157. Not bad. Nothing's better than this. It's 2 lines. It's algorithmic institutional order flow to the next price discovery price based on volume weighted average price. Not bad. 113, you would have made 40 points. Nice. By the way, these are the pump and dumps from the last couple of days. When the pump get pumped again, that's when the shorts are on the wrong side and you get paid. MJL 603. Yelling, I'm out. Is there a stock called Yelling? Is it Yell? He's out. There's no stock Yelling. Hey, when you're taking a trade, what percentage of your port are you buying at? Well, I don't drink port. It's gross. Too sweet. I don't have a portfolio. I trade every stock independently for the next one. It's all about price. If it's under $20, I'm buying 2,000 shares. Over 25, I'm usually buying 1,500. Over 50, I'm buying 1,000. Over 100, I'm doing usually 500. Over 250, I'm doing 300. Well, the Qs I trade like 400 share lots. It's about the risk implied in the trade. Every trade's independent from the next one. So if I think I'm risking 20 cents and I buy 3,000 shares, I'm risking $600. If I'm comfortable risking $600, I buy 3,000 shares. It also depends on the time of the day and how I feel about the market. I feel like today's going to be a choppy, sideways, bullish day, so I take less size. To me, I don't have a portfolio. I don't invest in the stock market. And if you think that's funny, I don't. That's from my dad. My dad's an investor. I don't need to do that stuff. He's got all the bases covered. We've got Qs since my son was born, 03. Cost average right now is $68. We're good. I never have to invest ever again. And I will own those Qs to the day I die. And I will hand those Qs to my son, and hopefully he hands them to his son, because nothing ever beats the Qs, and nothing ever will. Top 100 stocks in the NASDAQ, technology, healthcare, and Pepsi. Can't beat it. But right now, what we trade for a living is this blue line and orange line. Hello. So this blue line and the orange line has changed the way that I trade, because I've tried everything. And yeah, I used to use Bollinger Bands. I used to use stochastics. I used to use moving averages. And then I found VWAP. And VWAP has transcended the way that I trade, because it's two lines. And it's algorithmic, boogie, woogie, woogie. And it works. And it gets me into trades where I have very limited risk and unlimited reward. How do you like that for a trade? Every trade I put in on a long side, right, I have limited reward, limited risk. If I'm buying VWAP break, I look at the prior candles, the fake out and the shakeout areas as my stop. And my target is generally the prior VWAP. So I'm buying something at 1657. My stop is 1638 and 1624. My first target is 1694. And then I look for the stock to get through that level. And then we go back to the old school way of trading it, half numbers and whole numbers. And I also look at 2 days worth of VWAP. Aha. And then I grab 3 days worth of VWAP. That doesn't help us. And then I look at 4. Doesn't help us. But then again, you're seeing how it pivoted off the 4 right there. And then the 5. And that doesn't help us either. So we go back to old school trading. What's old school trading? Price. 17 gets you 1750. Why? Because that's how the market works. We trade how the market works. Don't eat two lines. Come here for a second. Does this smell like cocaine to you? Oh my, it does smell like cocaine. Can I try that again? By the way, don't do cocaine. I don't like to joke about that stuff. I had a guy ruin his life. I had to go to Alaron meetings. Cocaine smells like burnt hair and broken dreams. The worst drug there is. It might be fun that first time you try it, but it's never, ever that good ever again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Freeze. Rock. I'm not kidding about that, kids. I love me some hallucinogenics and some smokings of weeds. Don't go to the white. Don't do powder. No powder, no pills. That's how I sent my kids off to college. All right, kids, have fun at college. No powder, no pills. Bye. This guy's smoking a Zach. Oh, man. You guys want to talk about cocaine? It's the worst. Not only does it break you, it changes you mentally. You're never the same. I have friends that have absolutely changed their entire personalities, and it's something to see. You're never the same. It's awful. Smoke weed, have fun, take a nap. All right, let's reel it back in. What's going on, Raging Bull, Internet, YouTube guy? Hey, YouTube guy, you out there? You know what I haven't said yet today? I haven't said that phrase that I like saying most of the time. The market, it never goes down. You still out there trying to fight this market? Yeah, sometimes there's less anxiety of the weed now. I find some of it to be too strong, especially that Elliott wave shit that I was smoking the other day. Woo, man, the G13, that's the Elliott wave shit. But seriously, the reason I don't use any other indicators is that what I've learned from use, we could call it back testing, if you will, right? I've never seen anything that this makes trading as easy as it possibly can be, right? And don't you like that part? It's never easy. It's the hardest, it's the easiest, hardest thing you're ever going to do. It seems so easy, but your emotions get in the way. Your fear of missing out gets in the way, which is part of the emotion. Your patience gets in the way, which is part of emotion. It's that emotional discipline, right? This brings the emotional discipline that I need as a emotional guy. If you haven't noticed, I pretty freaking emotional, right? So I got to curb that. I don't have fear really because every trade I put on is calculated risk, but the emotions get in the way always, right? Disappointment, frustration, you know, and that little twinge of fear of missing out. The fear of missing out is the easiest one to overcome. And this is how you do it. There's another trade. There's always another trade. So if you feel like you're chasing something or you're getting in too late, or you feel like whatever that thing that you're thinking that's the reason not to get in, you're probably right. So don't do it. Don't do it. Do it. Speaking of cocaine, don't do it. Freeze. Rock. And what trading this style has done for me, right, is it cuts through, first of all, cuts through all that other stuff, right? I've tried everything. So now I've gone to this trade where the trade's been working for me since the 90s, the dip and rip. Everybody knows the dip and rip, the check mark or the faux show bro, right? So we've been calling it a bunch of different names all of our lives. But what I used to do is I would wait for the faux and the show, and then I would buy the new high. I'd buy here, right? You understand the difference? So when we first discovered this trade, me and Robbie Krieger, not that Robbie Krieger, kid next to me, every morning the stock market would start strong. It would sell off for about 20 or 30 minutes, and then it would turn and start to rally. And it would break a new low, and then it would come back. So it was kind of a check mark, right? And then we were like, oh, they're faking them out. Oh, they're shaking them out now. And, you know, that's saying they're shaking out the weak hands. They're shaking the trees. That's all real. The market's trying to get you out of the stock before the big move. You got to think of the market as it's not your friend. It's not trying to help you. It's trying to hurt you. So the only way you could, you know, I'm not saying beat the market, be the market. You want to be the market, right? So instead, let me get one thought out. This trade that we discovered back in the 90s, we'd wait for the market to sell off, and then it would start to rally. And all we did was we'd buy the new high break. So basically the 930 range, because usually the market would start up. You got 3 or 4 candles, 930, 931, 932, 33, 34, starts to sell off, and then we'd buy the break. VWAP's getting us in down here. So we're getting into a trade that I already knew worked pretty well, and now we're getting into it cheaper. Plus, there is zero doubt that this market loves itself some VWAP. Over the last 10 to 15 years, as my quant guy, he's out there programming this stuff for other places. There's other guys. We're not the only ones doing this, and it's become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if more people use it and people say, hey, if this happens, then this normally happens. That's the premise of trading VWAP. If this breaks, then it should go here. If it doesn't, you get out. By the way, AFJK, I love it. Hold on a second. I got to show you this trade. AFJK. Yeah, I saw this ripping before. Let's again, this is how you blow up your day. I'm not going to trade it, but here. You see how it's stopping and spurting? This is in liquid. This is a pump and dump. This stock will be 0, but it could go to 100. These are these dumb stocks that we've been seeing all week. The TGLs, the SMXs, the Twiggies. There's 4 or 5 of these every single day, right? So if you are trading VWAP, where would you have been in? Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. And then you got over the today's blue line and over the orange line. That's your trigger. So, and again, I'm not getting involved in the stock because I'm already content with my day, and I'm not trading no pump and dump $32 stock that was just $10. Now, it doesn't mean it's not going to go to 100 because these are the stocks that keep going and they start ripping. I'm going to pull this one up. It's probably a split adjusted garbage stock. And of course it is. It's always the same. It's a worthless piece of junk, right? I'm sure did they do a reverse split? Because that's the game. There's usually a reverse split. They take the liquidity out of the name. They hire a marketing company to get them volume going. The volume wakes people up like us. Who? What's that? Everybody starts to buy it, and the squeeze begins. That's the anatomy of what we're looking at here. This looks like a SPAC. This looks like a SPAC that came out of the SPAC, and then everybody realized it's garbage, and they crashed it. This is fairly new, actually. Look at that. So that looks like SPAC. How do I know? Stock was at $10, garbage. And then it suddenly woke up today. I'm sure maybe they have, there's usually some bullshit news that gets it going. No, nothing. They just, that's the game, man. It's the same trade over and over again. It really is. It really is the same trade over and over again. It's just that you got to understand when you're trading stocks like this or SMX or TGL, the perils that are out there, right? Look at Gemmy for a second. Look at this stock that we're in right now. It's still in it, right? What's it doing? Squadouche. It's not doing anything. Where's it going? What are you risking on this trade? 10 cents, right? We're just waiting to see if we get paid $11.75. If it gets back under $11.40, I'm dumping it. What am I risking? I'm risking a dime. You go near a stock like that, you're inherently risking at least 250 to 5, if not 30 points, because that's the type of stock that when it rolls over, it's going to go to 0. That's what was that, again, if you traded SMX today, awesome. Because after they crash, right, when they crash, and again, this is the stock that went from $3, a split adjusted awfulness, right? That's the theme of 2025. But it went from $3 to 500 and then crashed yesterday back down to, I think it was under 80 for a second, I thought. But then today, the squeeze ensues again, and faux show bro VWAP break to the orange line. And there goes our Gemmy moving up a little bit. I ain't selling. But here's some of the trades that we're in. USAR. You'll notice every trade that we're in today is exactly the same because the chart pattern works. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. Over the orange line, you stay long because you got yourself a 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Now here at 1750, we sold because that's what we do. So now where do you think the stop is? Right. The exact price. It's not a moving average. It's the exact price. So here's the if-then statement. If USAR hits 1750, sell some. So If USAR breaks 1735, sell the rest. If USAR hits 1775, sell some more. Raise stop to 1750. If USAR hits 18, sell the rest. Enter. We're set. Now it's just waiting. Right? Now you just wait. But once you have your parameters, you bring it back and you realize, man, this trading is kind of boring. Because that's it. That's how you're supposed to trade. It's supposed to be boring. And once you understand the ebb and flow and the market mechanics, and you start seeing all this stuff in slow motion, and you realize that all you need is VWAP to give you your risk reward, your discipline, your price predictions, and your stops, there isn't anything left. That's it. That's all trading is. I'm sorry. Why am I buying it? Where do I think it's going? And what do I do when I'm wrong? And don't ever get out of a trade all at one price. Right? Any questions? I'll be here all day. Guy in the back? You? Any question? Oh, yeah. Tilray, we had some fun with that day on earnings day. You know, that was kind of like the Stitch Fix trade. And that's kind of what I love about trading mostly. I love coming in and doing a trade and I put on the Stitch Fix trade. I'm like, you know what? I got to put this trade on because it's doing my thing. And I put it on and it worked perfectly. This Tilray trade, if I was watching it, how about that? Faux show bro, VWAP break, prior day VWAP, faux show bro, holds the VWAP back above prior, and you're involved. And I would have sold some at 750, and I'd be selling some as it approaches 8. And this is the level that we were in it from a couple of days ago. And I wish I was watching it. But that trade, right? You just don't know which ones are going to be your monsters for the day. That's why if you pick the stocks that you like to trade. And again, Stitch Fix, Tilray, Beyond Meat, ONDS, Open. I go check on all these stocks throughout the day. This is one of the best stocks to trade on the market. No one even knows about it. You guys know ONDS? It's legitimately one of the best stocks to trade in existence right now. Gemming new highs. It's the best stock to trade. You know why? Because it does this every day. And then it has these blow off tops and it sells off and you get to trade it again. This stock it's a dream. And you see that support that it held? That's called a yearly VWAP. All I use is VWAP and price, right? So when it came crashing down, look where it held. That line was there before it came crashing down. So the more you see this happening and the more you use it, you will come to the realization that I came to. I need nothing else. And I am never going to own stocks ever again because I don't need it. I got the Qs set for life. That's my investment. Everything else is a trade to me. I own no stocks and I'm not coming back because I'd rather be in the ebb and flow of each and every day, try to do as best as I can, understanding hang on, I got to get a close-up for this part. Ooh, I broke my thing. Damn it. You guys still hear me? I just think I broke my internet. Why isn't this working? Oh, there it is. All right, let me see if this works right now. I might not be able to do it. Oh, I am. Hello. Oh, sorry about that. Ah, that sucked. Sorry. Baba Booey, can you hear me? Baba Booey, Baba Booey. There we go. All right, so I was saying some real intellectual stuff right there, but I'll repeat it. What I was saying is about if you have, right, if you have something that works well, and especially if it works for you and you're comfortable with it, don't ever change until it stops working. That's why VWAP for me, when I first started trading it, well, Brian Shannon, who wrote the book, I used to watch him on the interweb, and I was like, how can you use VWAP to just trade exclusively? It's one number at the end of the day. And then I learned how intricate it really was, or how it's being used. Right? It's still the same one number at the end of the day. But as I started trading, and I started doing I do my live room, and a lot of times where stocks pivot, I look at where the pivots were, right, and then I'll go back to where some of the pre-market pivots were, and then instead of using moving averages, I just started using the price of the candle. So if it hit the same, like let's say it hit three different prices, and that became resistance, I would take that price and divide it by three. So if it hit it three times, I drew a line right at that area at the price. So if let's say it was 38.20, 38.26, 38.19, add them up, divide by three, and that would be my price that I would look for the stock to break. And then we had this guy, Zach Hurwitz, who changed the way that I do this. And he said, do you know that you're trading VWAP and multiple time frame VWAP almost inertly? He's like, you're doing something that's mathematical and you're doing it in your head. And I said, who the hell gives a shit about VWAP? And he said, apparently you do. You're using it and you don't even know you're using it. So he introduced me to just VWAP and multiple time frame VWAP. And I still draw my own red lines. And now when my red line over an extended period of time matches prior day VWAP, I call that a Zach Hurwitz moment. And it just works for me because I've always been doing it by accident. So now I like, you know what? I'll still draw my red lines where tops and bottoms of candles meet. That's how I use my stops, where I place my stops, price. And then also I just let the VWAP do the math for me. And the one thing that we noticed early on, Solid and I, who is my partner in this love affair of VWAP, who's taken what Zach showed me and what I expanded on. He's now expanded it to every realm, and it's just something to behold because he's taken the algo nature of it and reverse engineered it where you know where a stock's going to pull back to, where it's going to go back to. He knows, he calculates the ebb and flow using VWAP and prior day VWAP. I do it kind of manually in a way. He does it automatically. But for me, the trade that why it makes so much sense to me, the faux show bro VWAP break, is like I explained before. So this trade's been working for me since the 90s. I would just wait for the dip and the rip. But I'm buying at usually the 930 realm high. Again, this one too. So here, look, the high of the day was 938. Dip it, break the high of the day, I'm in. VWAP's getting you into these trades that we know were really good beforehand, and now we're buying it with the algorithmic nature of VWAP, where we know that stocks tend to get covered. Their shorts want to cover here. The longs get excited, and that's why these trades continue to work, like Toll Brothers, right? So right now, what are you doing with Toll Brothers, right? It got to where we thought it could get to, and now it's just what we say, making a home. It's living there, right? It doesn't know what it wants to do. So what do? You do nothing. So if you're in this trade off the VWAP test and you're buying it here, you've sold some here. But now that pivot point, look at the top of that pivot, right? And if you guys are wanting to learn more about what I'm doing here, on February 7th, I will be doing another class on a Saturday, and I'll be carefully explaining where I draw my red lines and how to find these trades and how to place your stops and all that stuff. And we'll talk a little bit more about order entry because it's important. So where I draw the lines is look at the top of that candle. I'll zoom in right to the candle. I use exact price. So what's the price? 133.40. What's the price there? 133.40. I'm going to draw a line right there, 133.40. Now you're going here. Look where the stock pulled back to, 133.40. So now what do you think you're doing? Now that you've taken profit, you're waiting to see what happens next. I think it's going higher, but you remind yourself that you don't know shit and you're at the mercy of the market. So you put your stop, guess what? At 133.40. That's it. I just pulled back the curtain. I just trade price. Once I'm in and I've taken some profit, you go back to just pivots. And I love me some half numbers and whole numbers. And that's really and then you just do the same trade over and over and over again. With these pump and dumps, you can trade the pump and dumps, but they're so vicious and illiquid that no matter how hard you work, even using Elliott waves and Bollinger Bands and stochastics, the nature of these stocks, like the TGL before, right? By the way, nobody's long this stock anymore. See how it happened? Test the VWAP, holds it, bounces, breaks it, short it. VWAP trading at its best. What goes up must come down. That's why they call them pump and dumps, right? And with these stocks, again, if you're going to trade them, you better be knowing what you're doing. Is that proper English? You better know what you're doing because you're going to get lit up if you don't. But we know that after a fake them out, shake them out, it traps the shorts there. Then it breaks VWAP. Now we have an advantage. We can buy it here knowing something finally. Now you know. If I'm wrong, I'm selling it here and the low of the day. Quickly, you have now what? You have your reason to buy it, faux show bro VWAP break. You know where you're going to sell it, right? Just because you have a stop doesn't mean they will fill you. Sure, but they will. As long as you use a stop that becomes a market order, you'll get out. You won't get out at the exact price, but you'll get out at that price. So if you put a trigger, so if you place your stop at $15.70, sure. With those stocks, and good point, Ivy League trading, when you're trading these illiquid pump and dump garbage stocks, there's that slippage where your stop will get triggered, but then the next print is another 30 cents or 40 cents lower, which that's part of the business. That's why when you're trading these stocks, you trade them the way I do, you're selling them on the way up. You really don't want to get stopped out. You're selling, you're raising your stop, you're selling. By the way, Q's new highs, we never go down. Oh, by the way, are you guys onto the running joke of the Qs, right? You get it? We never go down. You get it, right? I don't have to go through that again. But yeah, with the pump and dump, sure. But if you're trading the Qs, and by the way, what you're witnessing right here is a perfect example of what I'm trying to talk about. We were long this stock earlier, right? I took a quick profit and it starts ripping without me. So be it. I don't care. I got in at a great price. I got paid. Can't take the money from me. It rolled over. It held the VWAP. Some traders took that opportunity to buy it back. They got paid. Now, if you're like me, knowing and understanding that these stocks are all going to go to zero inevitably, that's what they do. They're garbage, right? Holds the VWAP, rallies off it, but then it rolls through it. Short it, or at least sell it. And then where does it go back to? Why is my red line there? Because that's where it broke out from earlier, and that's where she goes back to. So it's just the circle jerk of movement, for lack of a better term. And then you got AFJK, whatever this is, sick, right? But this is the kind of stock. You're going to put a stop at 38. You're going to get printed at 37 because look at the nature of the stock. It's got a 2-point spread, right? So if you're not selling on the way up, you're going to lose 3 points. Just opened up with 3. That was a 3-point spread right there for a second. That's why you don't trade these stocks unless you are completely disciplined and understanding what you're doing. I'd rather see you trade Gemmy, new highs. I'd rather see you in open where you're risking a penny. Come on. You're risking a penny. You put a stop on open, you're getting out. That's why I love these stocks. Open's one of my favorite stocks to trade on the planet. This thing moves every day. Fosho bro, VWAP break. Right? ONDS. You're not going to get smoked trading ONDS. What are you risking here? You're risking 7 cents on these trades, opposed to risking $7 on an as fuck John F. Kennedy, whatever the hell that is. But people love these stocks like the SMXs and these JFK stock right here because that's how they move. So if you're prepared to take 5-point risk on a $38 stock, which is not common, then you trade these stocks. And by the way, is anybody in the Tilray? Sweet. And if you're not long the Qs yet, have you not heard? Say it. Come on, you're allowed to say it out loud. Come on, you know you want to. Come on, say it. Say it. You know you want to. Say it. I know you want to say it. It's okay. Don't be embarrassed, even though you know you've been wrong all this time since 03. I know you're wrong. Just admit you're wrong. Say it. Say it. It's cleansing. It feels better. Say it. Say it. Market never goes down. Ever. 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 We're never going down. Ever. So when you truly appreciate that, and look, if you don't want to appreciate it after all the years I've been saying it, right? Do me a favor. Short some stocks and let me know how it works out when they break back above VWAP. Let me know. because that was the first lesson I learned. And that's why if you join me in Vegas, my seminar isn't something about strategies. My seminar's name is VWAP Saved My Life, friends. I'm a shorter. And it still took me 18 months. Man, maybe I should start covering and go long when it breaks VWAP. Boom, maybe I should. And that's all we do now, is we exploit my former self who actually thought the market could go down. I did at one point. I've seen it go down. I did really well in the year 2000. In the year 2000. In the year 2000. In the year 2000. Basically, the last time shorting was okay. I mean, we do it. But we've come to this understanding that this market no longer goes down over any extended period of time. That's why you love stocks like Tilray that have no business going up. There's no reason for this stock to go up. They're hemorrhaging cash. They're garbage. But the squeeze is on, baby. And that's all we care about. I don't care if Tilray makes it as a company. I want to be in at $7.25, banging it out at $7.70, selling some here at $8, and holding on for dear life because this fucker could squeeze to $10 now. Seriously, it could. In the year 2000. You like how I hit those high notes, right? You know why I can hit those high notes, right? Have you read my book? Infinitesimally Small Balls. See, it all comes together. That's me. I used to have hair. One day I'm going to finish this book. It's going to be awesome. But shorting stocks is a risky endeavor, more so now than ever before in the history of trading. And I will tell you this. When it's time, I'm coming back with a vengeance like that. It's been 3 weeks now since I hit my bottom. 3 weeks ago on that NVIDIA rollover. It's the greatest trading day of the year. It was like every holiday for the VWAPians. We had a full-blown intraday blow-off top reversal. Doesn't get better than Thursday. Give me some more of those days, and I will short the shit out of everything. But we're not seeing those days. So right now, you got to strap in and accept, as I say, embrace the horror, especially as a shorter. Embrace the horror. What movie? Why do you have a gun in space? Get off the nuclear warhead. I'm in the open. What do you think? I'm sitting here not trading it? Of course I'm in. 705. Come on, baby. I would sell some right here at the quarter. Sold to you. Get off the nuclear warhead. This is like some surrealistic nightmare. There you go. You better know your movie quotes. You come to play with me. Hey, you like that sell and open at 725? Now, what do you do now? You don't sell at all because we're thinking 750. And then you remind yourself that this is a squadouche kind of day. Maybe that's all we're going to get. So what do? You put the other stop at break even. Did you buy it at 705? Take your 20 cents. It's time to embrace the horror. Yes, my favorite line of the whole movie. I got a front row seat to the end of the world. Yeehaw! By the way, I've seen that movie 25,000 times. And I've seen the other one about 20,000 times. Deep Impact. Oh, still get emotional when they're saying goodbye to their family. He's talking to his kid, Owen. Oh. So listen, if we could live every day just like today, quiet, controlled, disciplined, it's kind of boring. We've picked our spots. We trade a couple of pump and dumps, little cues, right? Still got this Jemmy, by the way, 1 cent away from my offer. It's not funny. By the way, Steve Buscemi, I got a story about him. When I was working at Arista Records, we produced the album from Airheads, and I got to go to the premiere. Me, Steve Buscemi were hanging out, Adam Sandler, and me and Steve Buscemi were sitting there at the peel and eat shrimp table. There was a mountain of shrimp, and it's me and Steve Buscemi just. And he's like, and I was thinking the same thing he was thinking. He's like, what do you think they do with all these shrimp at the end of the night? I'm like, they probably go to waste. You might as well use as many as you can. He's like, I'm with you. And that's my Steve Buscemi story. Me and Steve Buscemi eating peel and eat shrimp at some premiere party for Airheads. Yeah. But I never told you my Tommy Boy story. So when I was working at Saturday Night Live, Tommy Boy was there. And he was just like you see in the documentary, out of his mind, running around, causing chaos. He was like that crazy frat guy. He was just drunk or on coke the whole time. And I was tasked to find him because I worked there on Fridays. They used to do a run through. And he was always running around, literally running around, bopping around out of his mind. And I was tasked to go find. Now I can't remember his real name. Wait a minute. Oh, Farley. So they're like, go find Farley. So I was like, what do you want? I don't know where he is. They're like, well, go find him. Suffice it to say, I never found him, but I was sent to go find him. I couldn't find him. He would just be in a bathroom somewhere, just drinking and doing lines. He was literally out of his mind. But he was a very friendly guy when you did get to talk to him. I talked to basically everybody. But the nicest guy there was Phil Hartman. Still sad that he got killed by his ex-wife or whatever. Awful. But yeah, I was in the entertainment industry for a while, and I don't know. I just I got trapped doing this, and all these years have gone by. And here we are. What's up, my man? Or person? Man, these cues. I was hoping they would go down 5 points today, but we're just going sideways. That's it. There's nothing to do. By the way, the cues, you can't be trading options on the cues today. It's just there's not enough movement. It was a long time ago. That was 1991. I was Saturday Night Live at night between 91 and 92. And then Arista Records 92 to 93. And then the Jon Stewart Show 93, 94. And then I left the industry. I started, my first YouTube video was my kid. My first YouTube video, well, first I was just playing Manowar, talking about how I suck by getting out of every stocking that goes up without me. There are no setups now. No, I mean, this open was the last trade. I just got in, just sold some. But now we're just chilling. The Fed, I hope they shake us. I hope they shake it up. I hope they raise interest rates. Just why not? No, I never met Norm. Sad. I never got to talk to Norm. No, I never actually had any interactions with him. But Kevin Nealon, I did. Kevin Nealon. You know who I hung out with the most? You guys know who David Tell is? He's like an alcoholic, surly bastard of a comic. I hung out with that dude a lot. David Tell. David Tell had a show called Insomniac, where he would just basically get drunk and wander around the city. And when I was at the Jon Stewart show, David Tell was one of the head writers, and he would say this constantly. He's like, fuck all this shit, man. When I just get drunk, you guys film me. I'll get drunk. I'll wander around the city. You guys take a couple of cameras. We'll make a show out of it. And years later, he did. He's all clean and sober now. I saw him a couple of weeks ago. I asked him if he remembered me. He pretended that he did. He didn't. He didn't remember me. And he's like, well, what do you want, guy? You want an autograph? I'm like, no, don't you remember? I used to work with you at the Jon Stewart show. You don't remember any of that? What do you want from me? I'm like, fuck off. He had no idea who I was. But DJ Smike used to get me all these jobs. DJ Smike was in the industry before me. He got me the job at Saturday Night Live, and then he got me the job. He got me the job at Arista Records, and then he got me the job at Jon Stewart. DJ Smike was big time. DJ Smike, he produced the MTV Music Awards. DJ Smike produced the VH1 Fashion Awards, which was a shit ton of fun. That's where I met Trump. I met Trump that night, and I met Mike Piazza. And I got to tell you, I'm not a fan of Trump right now, obviously, these days. But he was much nicer than Mike Piazza. Trump hugged it out with me. I was like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" He let me in. He let me in on a hug. Mike Piazza walks in with like two models on each arm. Like, "Hey, Mike, you're awesome, bro. I never seen anybody hit the ball." He kind of like snuffed at me. Freaking jerk. I was like, "Nice to meet you." He kind of almost snarled at me. I'll never forget how disappointed I was because I was a huge Mike Piazza fan. You guys know Mike Piazza from the Mets. Never seen a guy hit a ball harder than that until Stanton showed up. Mike Piazza hit a line drive that went straight to the wall on a line. I never seen anybody hit a ball that hard. But he's very, very not nice guy. Met Fred Durst. He was kind of a dick too. He had nothing to say. Mick Jagger, very nice. So when I worked at the MTV Music Awards, I basically did whatever I needed. I was just a PA. So they were doing the lighting. So you have to stand in the spot where the performer is going to be. So I'm like, stand there, shine a light on you. All right, stand there, shine the light on you. So I'm doing my thing, standing in the spots, right, whatever. And next thing you know, I get a tap on the shoulder. It's so right. I got it from here. It's so right. I got it from here. And it was Mick Jagger. Touched me on the shoulder. And I froze. I couldn't even think of something to say. Usually I have something to say to everybody. I froze. I didn't have anything to say to Mick Jagger. I was just like, oh, okay. You know who was a really nice guy before the rape? Was Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey, nice guy. Maybe he was hitting on me. I'm not sure. But Kevin Spacey, I met him outside the show. And I started doing the impersonation that he just did. He did a bit where he impersonated Christopher Walken trying out to be Han Solo. Never heard of the Millennium Falcon. It's the one that made the Kessel Run in nearly 4 parsecs. Fast enough for you, old man. So I started doing his impersonation back at him. He was in the middle of signing an autograph, and he's like, that's funny. Who are you? Come here. He calls me over, and we just started having a conversation. He's like, that's the funniest thing anyone's ever done. No one's ever done my impersonation back at me. I'm like, thanks. It's like, I loved you in Glengarry Glen Ross. All right, I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat. You guys hanging out? You guys want me to let this run? I'll just let it run all day. There's really not much else going to happen, probably. We're just going to coast. Kevin Spacey. You know who else does it? Kevin Spacey does great impersonations. He's talented. Kevin Pollak. Yes, that Kevin Pollak from Tulsa King. He's the FBI guy. Kevin Pollak does impersonations. Kevin Pollak does the most dead-on walking you'll ever hear. Phenomenal. He's funny. I'm going to get some breakfast. Still got some open. Still got this Jemmy. I can't believe it went to $11.74. My offer was $11.75. I still got some Jemmy. I got some open. I thought I still had some cues, but apparently I don't. Jamie Lee Curtis, I almost met her. Yeah, she was actually on the Jon Stewart show, but I missed her. So if you guys want to hang out, I'll get some breakfast. I'll take some more questions if you guys want to learn a little bit more. Nothing going on. I'm still in the same positions I've been in. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be another pump and dump. Look, this one never even came out of the halt, whatever this is. And by the way, this JK has a. They have warrants on them also. Oh my god! You guys remember OCG? Yeah, remember OCG? Pump and dump from like 4 or 5 years ago. This is NFTs when that was a thing. I don't know if they're a thing. I don't know if they ever were a thing. I don't even know what an NFT was, but this was a NFT dealer, something. And I don't know where this came from, but I mean, 2025 is the year of the dog shit stock comeback. I mean, it's every one of these. Garbage. You guys trading X, this one from earlier, XCure. Black box from the other day, waking up again. iRibbit, still in play. But the weed stocks, it's weird that I just mentioned the MJ trade. By the way, speaking of the MJ trade, are you here, MJ trade guy? Somebody said I'm dumber than bricks, which is, I never heard that phrase, but okay. I'm dumber than a brick. So the government came out. Well, there was some news that the government was going to blah, 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 do something with weed. I've heard the story 1,000 times, right? So MJ was rallying, and I said, this is the easiest short in the world because all of these stocks still stink. And I think it might have been one of you guys. You must be dumber than bricks if you think it's about the companies. It's about the currency exchange and the way they're able to take cash now if they get approved. I'm like, that doesn't change the fact that most of these stocks are still going to zero. And I won the debate because I said it'll probably be a 50% haircut within the next 3 months. How you doing? 50% haircut within 3 months. I love being dumber than a brick. It's fun. My mom used to say that to me all the time. Nah, she'd say more hurtful things. Well, I'll get some breakfast. I got to get my oatmeal on. It's past 12 o'clock. Usually I'm eating by now. But we're hanging out. Dumber than a brick. That's like pounding sand. Pounding sand. What does that even mean? Go pound sand. What does that mean? But damn, we are in slow motion now. I mean, seriously. Listen, I'm gonna sell the Jemmy here. I just left $200 on the table. I was 1 penny away from getting out. Oh, wait, we're back in business with WVE. No way that this thing's coming back again. We were short this thing earlier. Wow. No, seriously, I'm going to pass out. I got to eat something. But I'm going to put, again, I'm going to sell it because it's, I don't want to put a stop on it. But there. If you can believe it, I had an offer out at 11.75. It went to 11.74 as if to say, tease you. Tease you. I was a penny away from selling my last 600 shares. Ah, you suck. All right. Somebody just sold 28,000 shares and they didn't budge. Well, maybe I don't sell it. It's a 28,000 share block just now on Jemmy. Huh. Yeah, maybe I'll hold it. I'll be right back. Oh, Jesus. Yo, what's up with the people in the dungeon? You guys doing anything down there? Hanging out? I don't see a lot of questions. My TikToking YouTubers. Yes, his ex-wife killed him. Yeah. Who? Not Chris Farley. Phil Hartman. Yeah, shot him. Something like that. Hey, by the way, how do I know a big block went off on Jemmy? Big block scanner. I got all the scanners. You need scanners? I got scanners. There you go. And you guys were talking about Mara. It's been all over the scanner this morning. Yeah, there it is. So basically, I mean, it's not as easy. It's not like this thing where it's some magic formula. When I'm trading a stock and it's going my way, right? Or when I see big size on the offer, I wait to see if it's gobbled up. And this is dark pool blocks. So sometimes they don't hit the tape. They're in the dark pools. This is scanning the dark pool for 10,000 share blocks or more and 100 contracts. So I always got my eye on this thing, and I just sold the Jemmy anyway. All right, that's done. I'm going to go eat my oatmeal. You guys want to hang out? I don't want to chew in your face, but all right, I'm out of that trade now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You guys hanging out in the dungeon? Huh? Normally you don't get to see my wonderful, beautiful face as much as this. I'm leaving it on for you guys. And now would be the time. Usually I'm coasting between, 12 and 3. I normally don't do too much, especially on a day where it's kind of, again, you're slow. Everybody, not only is it slow in December, everyone's waiting for Fed, which I get it, but I'm pretty sure we know what's going to happen. I would love to see something different happen. It would be awesome if they raised interest rates tomorrow. Yes. Because do something different, right? Make it fun. They raise interest rates by a point. Fucking, what's his name again? Bernanke? Or what's his name? I don't even know anymore. Powell? What's his name? Who's Bernanke? Oh, the last guy, right? Greenspan, is he still around? Irrational Exuberance? We just had the anniversary of the Irrational Exuberance. I would love to see him just raise interest rates, kick over the pedestal, and just chuck the mic at the neck of some reporter's head and run. You can't stop me now, motherfucker. This one's for you, Kenny. I'm sitting in all cash, so I want interest rates to go up. Everything I own in real estate, I'm locked into 30 years or at least 15 years. I don't need to refinance anything. My credit rating is good. I'm speaking selfishly, but I think most people who are in their 50s, we already own a house. Our kids will be fine. They'll manage at 5%. My parents bought their first house at 12.5%. They were so thrilled when they refinanced at 9.5%. All right, I'll be right back. Wait a second. I know what we can do while to pass some time. Who's into Christmas music? Or you want me to put on? Ooh. That's a pretty good set list. I forgot if I made this one. What is that? You guys like EDM? You guys want to party? I'll put on my New Year's house mix that I started that nobody listened to. Where is it? You like yacht rock? What do you like? What are you into? Oh, I got something for you guys. Here you go. Where's my partiers from 1982? Let's go. Let's go roller skating.
Set it off, I suggest, don't set it off, I suggest, don't set it off, 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 set it off on the left, y'all, set it off on the right, y'all, set it off, come on, let's set it off, set it off, y'all want this party started quickly, right, set it off, 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 I suggest, y'all, set it off, I suggest, y'all, set it off, set it off, come on, set it off, set it off, set it off, on the left, on the right, on the left, I suggest while we're left, on the left, on the right, on the left, I suggest while we're left, set it off, I suggest, y'all, set it off, I suggest, y'all, set it off, set it off, come on, set it off, set it off on the left, y'all, set it off on the right, y'all, set it off. From spark to flame, a little thing can, desire's burning, live us to stay. Okay, come on, you got me out on the dance floor. We're all out to play. We'll share our secrets. Love talk is spreading. A little love is fun. Give us this day to show our gratitude, to change our attitudes. Come on, we're many. With all that we feel, the time is ideal to set it off. I suggest, y'all, set it off. I suggest, y'all, set it off. Come on, let's set it off. Set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right, y'all. Set it off. Come on, let's set it off. 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 Yeah, yeah, it feels like something's about to jump off in here. Set it off. Get to it now, get to it. Yeah, yeah, let's smoke this one out now. Let's smoke it out. Set it off. Set it off. Set it off. Set it off. Set it off.
Let's see if I could crossfade right here.
spot that's getting so funky that yeah, it's time to chase your dreams about the seats. Make your body sway, socialize, get down, let your soul get away, shake it down. Go, ladies, it's a living dream. Love, life, live, come play the game. Our world is free. Do it to one but free. The soul sonic force, the big wow wow, and MC Glow, we emphasize the show, we got ego. Make this your night, still be right in my day, as the people say, live it up, shucks. So work or play, our world is free. Be what you be, me.
It's okay if you want to get up and pop rock or, do some backspins.
Yo, place where the nights are hot, where nature's chopping down, and say the chant on this mother earth, which is our rock. The time has come and what was sold, so you really got soul. Are you ready? Bump, get both, now let's go.
Go.
Rock it, don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop. Keep thinking and talking, working all around the clock. Everybody keep rocking, don't rock it and shock it and rock it. Go house, everybody say rock it, don't stop it. Rock it, don't stop it. Him and Mr. Big. Wow. L-O-V-E. The soul sonic get all around the clock. Everybody just rock it, don't stop it. You gotta 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 rock it,
My prostate. 1982 in the house. You know you love it.
step by step, slowly, step by step, come on. Step by step, slowly, step by step, come on. Feel the heat, rock your body to the native beat. Step by step, slowly rising. Step by step, come on. Well, here I am, I got the beat. I'm gonna rock to the rhythm of the body beat. Come on now, let's have big fun. Rock to the rhythm, let's get undone. It's not a dream, by teenage dream, but love is on my mind. This native love is restless, and I'm just not satisfied. And I never give enough.
Yeah, you mentioned JP Morgan yesterday had that out of money print. Yeah, you know what? People are just, they're making their moves before the Fed. I can't take any of this seriousness. And somebody just said, what's my take on the VIX? I don't even watch the VIX anymore. I watch the UVXY. As long as UVXY is red, the market is usually stable to bullish. You give me 3 up days in a row, the whole world is changing. UVXY is the only VIX product that I need. And actually, now that it's kind of showing some strength, that doesn't bode well for the rest of the afternoon. If UVXY starts to rally, usually there'll be some more selling in the market. And I don't think anybody would be surprised to see if the market just closed flat. So if the Qs give up 75 cents and just close, it's a typical day in December before a Fed meeting. That's why we're kind of just sitting around doing not too much. But we did enough today. Yeah, I sold Jemmy. That was not a bad sell. Yeah. Oh, there's only one more stock I'm trying to resurrect. This NAVN. I mean, this is the one of the. This is the worst IPO of the year. Jemmy was a close second, but this one they never even gave you a chance. I got this IPO. They put it in my account at $25 because I opened up a public account. It's kind of like Robinhood. Public. You guys know Public? So the reason I opened up the account is that my friend said, hey, this company Public is giving out IPOs. So I was like, ooh, IPOs at IPO price in a bull market? I'm in. So I got Clar. I got Clar. I sold it the first day because that's what I do. Got paid. I had Figure. Sold it the first day, which was wasn't the best sell. Did tack on another bit, but I got out. I was in at 25. I opened up at 35. I made 10 points. But then this piece of shit comes along, and of course I buy more of this than the other ones. And I didn't even know I got any of it until it was too late at $25. It never even opened up at 20. The stock didn't even open up at the IPO price. And all it's done is go down 90% of the time with no remorse. I thought we had made a turn here. I bought another 100 shares because I don't like dollar cost averaging into shitty stocks. And this one looks like it's going to zero. So now I own 275 shares of this piece of garbage. Oh, no, sorry, 375. But I'm waiting. If it ever can get the hell out of its own way, I'll buy a couple of thousand shares that day and just cost average my way out of it. But man, this is some garbage. This was supposed to be some disruptive IPO. It was kind of hyped up. And then it kind of got lost because of the government shutdown or something. I mean, that's why I thought the market was due for another real bigger correction because the IPOs started to stink. You know, Palantir sold off on earnings. IPO market was kind of getting weak. There was a lot of reasons to want to be a shorter, and none of it worked. You know why? You know why? But speaking of the VIX, right? If UVXY does suddenly spring back to life, and here's an important thing. So I think we're all assuming that the interest rates are going to be cut, and the market's not going to do too much because it's already factored in. It's priced in, right? I'm sure we'll chop around a little bit and probably wind up being positive. But the UVXY always falls after an event because UVXY, it'll hold its bid because there's an anticipation of fear. It's a fear gauge, UVXY, right? So if UVXY is green after the Fed meeting, that's bad. Because 95% of the time, UVXY collapses after every important event that the market has to go through. Beige book, whatever, reporting, economic data, stuff like that. So if it stays strong and if it actually starts to trend up after the cut, then the market is susceptible to some selling, which I don't think is going to happen, but that's what I love about trading. If something happens that you don't expect, you go in the direction of the unexpected move. Strauss is buying Qualcomm. That was him just buying it at the highs right there. Yeah, I don't really trade the options in UVXY because they're just overpriced and they're illiquid. Sometimes I try it on option expiration. It's still hard. Usually I'm just a shorter. I sell out of the money naked calls, which full disclosure, I do have some of those, but I don't like to talk about it. But if UVXY spikes big again, then I start to sell. I sell out of the money naked calls. That's the trade that backfired on me last year, but I had, over close to 400 of them. It was just a bad timing. But any strength in UVXY after an event, then you know something's wrong because it usually just goes back down. So UVXY, that's why don't you just go with no? If you're going to buy puts on UVXY, you go at the money for the week. So the 45s, if you can get them for $1.10, that's the trade. If anything, you sell the 40s to pay for your 45s to help pay. Chances are they will be 40, but you got to get the timing right. There's just see the 45s for Friday at $1.11 right here. That ain't bad. That's the only logical play. Uh-oh. I think we got to take a break for this song. This is my karaoke go-to song.
Freeze!
Oh, it's the extended hyper remix. Look out.
Bass. Vision, dreams of passion flowing through my mind, and all the while I think of you. A very strange reaction for us to unwind. The more I see, the more I do. Something like phenomenal, baby. Tell your body to come on, but wait, lights blow away.
Still in play. Holy crap. Rock it. Roll.
Ticket to ride the white line highway. Tell all your friends they can go my way. Pound for pound, sell your soul. Pound for pound, cost more than gold. The longer you stay, the more you pay. My white line go a long way. Either up your nose or through your vein. With nothing to gain, except kill your brain. Go!
My set list. It's my New Year's set list.
Get higher, baby. Get higher, baby. Get higher, baby. And don't ever come down. Free race.
We even have the whole party does this one song. This one that we all do this dance every year. Yo, anybody still in core weave? My first trade of the day, still the best one. Sick.
Chemistry and snow. And now I'm having fun, baby. It's getting kinda low. Cause it makes you feel so nice. I need some one-on-one, baby. Don't let it blow your mind away, baby. Over to your left, right away. Cause white lies blow away.
This is like some weird remix.
A billion magic crystals, pink, pure, and white. A multi-million dollars, almost overnight. Twice as sweet as sugar, twice as bitter as salt. And if you get hooked, baby,
It's nobody else's fault. So don't do it. Freeze! Rock! Freeze! Guy in the back! Here we all get down. Ready?
Higher, baby. Get higher.
Just imagine 50, like 20, 50-year-old guys doing this.
And don't never come down very nice.
And then we all start breakdancing.
Don't you get too high. Don't you get too high, baby. Turn you on. You really turn me on and on. Cause you gotta go down. My temperature is rising. When the thrill is gone. No, I don't want you to go. Street kid gets arrested. Gonna do some time. He got out 3 years from now just to commit more crime. A businessman is caught with 24 kilos. He's out of jail, and that's the way it goes. Rock! K! Shoot! K! Athletes rejected. Athletes rejected. Governors corrected. Gangsters, thugs, and smugglers are thoroughly respected. The money gets divided. The women get excited. Now they're broken. It's no joke. It's hard as hell to find a guy in the back. Freeze! Rock! Freeze! Rock! You know you love it. Get higher, baby. Get higher, girl. I legitimately rock this song for karaoke. We do this song every year for New Year's. I was at a karaoke bar where the guy had one of them wood boxes as a drummer, and the other guy was on a ukulele. And I saw the list of songs they do, and this was on the list. And I was like, wait a second, you guys are going to bust out white lines on that wood box and the ukulele? Let's do this. The three of us destroyed it. We had this whole bar up on the bar. Everybody was doing freeze, rock. It's fucking awesome. And it's always been one of my favorite karaoke songs. Oh, yeah. All the weed stocks. Yeah. Massive squeeze going on. Yeah. Tilray, Kron. How about some other ones? How about Grow Dog? You remember that one? GRWG. How about the Village? What was the Village? VFF? Oh, wow. Yeah, they all have a bid today. But Tilray is usually the one you want to go with because they got a reverse split. So they did a reverse split a couple of weeks ago, and that's what's sprung this thing back to life, I think. By the way, who's in silver? Hi-ho! We're pushing to 80, I'm telling you, friends. If you guys haven't bought silver yet, I don't think it's too late. I think you're going to $80. And if we could get to 80, we go to 120. Silver to 120, you're mad. Am I? Where is CoreWeave going today? Looks like it's going higher. I am no longer in it. I got stopped way. Only if Guzman still owns it, I'm not sure. But that was a massive pivot. It's not about where it's going. It's about what you're going to do when it breaks 90, which would be sell it. So this stock's done a lot more than I thought it was going to do, obviously. When it got back to the highs of the day, I was thrilled. I haven't been in, I was in it here and chopped out right there. But if you're still in it, you got to think 92.50, but don't sell it if it breaks. Don't hold on to any more if it breaks back under 90. Yeah, weed stocks. How come the weed stocks got going today? It's got to be something more to it, right? Oh, just end of the year crazy stuff. Bitcoin 1.2 mil. I'm with you. The way that's going to go, I really do think Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million. But the way it's going to get there is they have to wipe out every other coin.
like destroy them all, like shut them down, regulate it, shut it down. Until I put my coin out there, because I'm going to put one out there. We're all going to buy it. We're going to make some money, and it's going to be fun. I'm putting it out. I'm probably going to have to put it out on pump.fun, which I thought was the shadiest website ever. But I got guys in the industry that say, no, it's pretty cool. You guys know pump.fun? I mean, could you have a scammier name to a website? Here's another one, Coin Store. This is my buddy's coin. He's in this OPT. He's got his life savings in this thing right now, which I don't understand why, but he believes that they have some association to Parler. I don't even know what Parler is, but they have some sort of tie to Parler. And this is his, I don't know why you'd put your life savings into something at 00790, but I guess if it goes to 2 cents, he'll be rich. This is the dumbest shit ever. But this is a guy who I know, he owns homes. He's a successful guy. He's got, $250,000, not his life savings, but a stupid amount of money in this thing. Really? And there is so much junk out there, but there's this website called pump.fun, which I have to get involved in now. So pump.fun, right? It's basically, it's like, it's like Twitch or Discord for cryptocurrency. But the thing is, you could launch your own coin here, and then you could make your own live stream and a chat room to talk about the coin. That's right up my alley. But pump.fun? I'm thinking this is the scammiest, scam thing ever. But I got guys in the industry that say this is legit. So I listen to them. I know nothing. But, it's an easy way to launch. It's an easy way to build a community. I already have the community, so we all go there. I'll do some videos. My coin is going to have intrinsic value. And if you think about it, I'm not even joking right now. You might think I'm kidding, right? I'm going to put out this coin. It's going to be a hit the Bitcoin, right? So the idea is that these hats, the only way you're going to be able to buy a hat is using the coin. So right there, my coin officially is more valuable than 99.9% of coins out there, because it actually can do something with it. It actually has an intrinsic value. And there's no replication. So there's going to be a finite amount. There's going to be a specific amount. Me and the first early adopters, you guys, me, my partners, we're going to load up on this thing. And then I'm going to make incentives for you guys to hold on to it, so everybody doesn't run to the exits when it moves a little bit. That's the way it's going to work. And then I'll tell you the secret. I'm going to hire people, just like everybody else does. Right? I'm going to hire some TikToker influencers, some YouTubers, and I'm going to tell everybody and their mother about it. And I'm going to run a commercial on WFAN, because I got friends at WFAN. And we're going to run, hit the Bitcoin, and hopefully it takes off. But don't sell it. Hang in there with it. If everybody runs to the exits at first, then it's never going to move. So I'm committing to it. My partners are going to commit to it. Early adapters are going to commit to it. Inevitably, we're going to want to sell some of it. Not going to be not going to bullshit anybody. Obviously, I want to make money, right? No, it's going to be on this thing, pump.fun. And then I'm talking to people over at Kraken. So the guy that I am friends with, he helped build Voyager, which is not a good look for him, because something happened to Voyager. They went out of business. It blew up. But they all went over to work at Kraken now. And so as I've learned, basically, the cryptocurrency is kind of like, major leagues. Your major leagues is the Coinbase, AAA, kind of like your Krakens and the other ones. And then you got the minor leagues, and then you got the, every version. The way to get onto Coinbase, as I've learned, is just volume. So if we can create enough buzz and enough volume on the thing, then I call my friends over at Kraken. We get involved there. And if we get something going on Kraken, we get promoted to the major leagues, and you throw some hit the Bitcoin on Coinbase, and then that's when we'll start selling it to the people on Coinbase. But don't sell it all. Take something off the table. Do it. Don't be, stupid about it. But that's the thing. I don't have any illusions or delusions about it being a pump and dump. The whole thing's a pyramid scheme, right? But that's the nature of the beast, right? All these coins are pump and dumps, right? There's no value. You're buying it because somebody else is buying it. That's it. Just like every other pump and dump, but it's incredible how it's taken on a life of its own. That you could just create something and give it a value. At least my coin will you'll be able to buy hats and shirts. And if it, our mantra is going to be 5 to 5,000. If it goes to 5,000, you can use a coin to buy a membership on my website, which would be awesome if that goes to 5,000, because then we're billionaires. 5,000. Imagine it goes to 5,000 a coin. I'm sitting there with 300,000 or whatever I'm going to have. It's going to be, yeah. I'll be happy if it moves. I'll be happy if it goes up a couple of X. Goes up a couple of X. We'll see what happens there. And then I'm going to hire a couple of marketing companies. But I'm getting lawyers involved. So I'm going to do it right. I'm going to have every box checked, everything. And I never want to mislead anybody. That's why I was actually, I was actually thinking about launching a coin called Scam Coin. Might as well or Fraud Coin. just cut to the chase. Scam Coin. You guys hit this, because listen, if Fart Coin could work, then anything could work, right? Fart Coin, when these guys were talking about how Fart Coin was working for them, like, nah, there's no such thing as Fart Coin. Are you serious? And it works. It's unbelievable. You might as well call something Scam Coin. It exists. There's there's three scam coins out there. Fraud coins out there. Everything you could think of, somebody named it. So I was thinking 6-7 coin. The kids would love that. Not that I know what 6-7. I don't know why that thing took on a life of its own. By the way, I've been doing this my whole life. The other day, how do you know about that? I'm like, I live on the internet. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll work. Right? And you have breakpoints, incentives. Your incentive to not sell it is because it's probably going to go higher. So, if you own $1 million something and you're up 20 grand on it, take 5 off the table. If you put 5 grand into something, next thing you know, it's worth 20, take the 5 out, hold the rest. Now you can't lose, just like anything else. See, that's the thing about that website. I got to make it where my dad could buy it. If there's a wallet that needs to be created and a transfer, he's out. If it's more than a 3-step process, I'm going to lose anybody like me. If there's a 3-step process to buy something, I don't want it. I don't want it. No, it's really not that complicated. No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. But if I could go to a website, ACH some cash or use my credit card, press a button and buy it, that's how I want it. If it's that easy, then I'll get involved. If I got to build wallets and transfer stuff, I got to buy the Bitcoin and transfer it and do all kind. I don't care. I already don't want to be involved. But if I can make it simple, cheap, have a finite amount, control the entire thing, I'm in. And you get a free hat. All right. Well, I think we're just going to be sitting around staring at the screen all day. I don't think anything else happened. By the way, I sold the Gemmy and it actually went down. Man, my 600 shares control the whole float there. Right? Whatever. All right. Well, if anybody's in anything, all I got left is open. I'm only giving it 7 cents. Oh, wait a second. Maybe we do something right here, actually. Take a look at this. Here. By the way, Rambus is up 25 points this week. Did anybody notice that? Damn. That stock, WVE, right? It's flirting with the half number. This is a pretty monstrous breakout. If you guys remember this one from yesterday. Not your typical pump and dump, right? Stayed strong all day, rallied into the close, sold off today. We actually shorted it. For it to come back again, you're probably headed back to 2097. Something's legit about this name. You guys trade MSTR. Nice comeback after that could crash down to 150. But that's it. I'm going to go veg out. Maybe actually step outside of my house for a second. It's about 13 degrees below zero. But nice brisk walk. What are you guys looking at? You're looking at the banks? Yeah, you got some weakness there. I see what you're looking at. Weed stocks. I see what you're looking at there. Yeah, we're just meandering around. I don't need to take this day too serious. But we'll be back tomorrow. Fed meeting is at 2, I assume. Maybe I'll just stay live right through it. Stay live all day. All right. Later. Yeah, it's cold out. What was the FAZ? Right? Wow. This thing's got split adjusted too. There goes your WVE to the 20.5. Are the Qs making new highs right now as I'm trying to leave? Yeah, of course. I mean, I do think we're going to stay. I mean, this is a typical December in a bull market kind of day. You don't know what else, though? Say it. We don't go down. All right, good luck, my friends. Chances are we're just going to grind, close strong. I hope the market does something bizarro tomorrow. I hope they raise interest rates. I hope the Qs go down 38 points tomorrow. That would be awesome. Because nothing would please me more to see the 582.50 spot get tested one more time. Oh, then it'd be fun even if it breaks. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm in the mood for a market crash. Come on now. This upward grind is, we might just be sitting in this for the next 5 days, 10 days. Unless they spice something up at the Fed meeting. All right. I'm out of here. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Be careful. You guys in the dungeon, I'll be back later to check on you.